on. This is actually throwing me now because of what Sliggy was saying and how they want to play this out. So starting on Ascent as the first map. Now we know both teams can play it comfortably, but Liquid don't often play it right. That's the main thing. Now this pick that they've gone for and the choices, there's no curveball thrown in there with it. So it's got to be bind if there is going to be anything coming out there. But even, are you sold by what they've gone for here on Liquid? Do you think this is enough for Ascent? I'm still just fully focused in on it. Like, do they really have what it takes when it comes to Ascent? Because attacking side, you're starting with how strong the defensive side is for FPX.
Look, we saw a lot of potential from Liquid when they played up against NIP. I really like the breach on this map. I think he did a lot for them when it came through to like pushing the A site. They used it over to flash on the right side, blinding everyone in heaven and towards left. Allowed the Phoenix to just push through a lot of the time. And there's potential from this setup. I'm still not a massive fan of it, but we'll see how things roll. When it comes to bind, I'm interested to see what their agent picks are. The pistol's live, and look at Zipman. He's just gone straight down short, got himself into this sneaky little position up close, and now his opponents might be in trouble because I don't think they're going to check this kind of close corner. It's not the most common one, especially with Shadow baiting them in towards bottom mid.
Yeah, Shadow's going to take the full fire focus, right? If Cryptix does want to get aggressive. Got 3 players of Liquid ready to move towards B. Oh, Shao needs to be careful. Link's been dangerous with this shorty. A few shots coming out instantly. Link up to his old tricks again. With that shorty in hand on the jet. He's loving life right now. And that instantly puts FPX on the back foot in the pistol. Now, we know things can quickly turn around. And actually, we've seen a fair bit of damage done up top there to Eccles. He may have the spike, but he's lost a lot of health. No chance for him to get healed up either.
I thought they had the read, Banks. I thought they knew what was going on because we saw the turret down. That opening kill's great, and they caused the rotates from FPX towards the A side, but Liquid have now rotated back over. Zipan spotted them. Here comes the full team over towards this A site. Well, Cypher staying actually on B, just chilling out just in case, but it's quite clearly going to be a push towards the site. You see the molly go into play to keep them locked in towards heaven, and a 5v4 post plant. Liquid definitely ahead on this one.
Yeah, really solid stuff so far on the pistol round for him. Zipan, he was mollied out. He couldn't push in yet. He's waiting for his teammates to come through as well. You can see Soulcast is just waiting with the flash in hand. Throws it up high, wants to buy himself some more time. Zipan continues to get blinded out. Now he's going to be stunned off the spot as well. The rest of FPX starting to make their way in, but Soulcast, he's picking up the opening kill. Plenty more to go their way as Link still doing damage with that shorty. Angel's only going to be good for 1, and Liquid stands super strong on that pistol round. I am just loving Link with this shorty. He plays it in such a good position over and over again, right? He's not getting over aggressive. He can be very patient with it. We talked about how smart he can play this game, and well, he's proven it over and over again.
Yeah, tucked in on that corner is a good setup anyways whenever your opponents push forward, but the turret guarantees that you'll know that they're coming. So once they sit down and focus on the turret, he just swings around. That's a great setup, and then they just pump the brakes on the round. Obviously, you saw them move towards A when there was a 3-man stack there, but they just delayed. They shift walked long enough that FPX had already rotated back over. Then you see the composition of the flashbangs used to delay an upper, the stun from breach, extra flashes going up. There was nothing that FPX could do. They were locked out for so long that when they eventually pushed back into the B site for the retake, it's a very lackluster one. You got to just go quickly. Nice shock dart. A little bit of something to tickle the screen.
Oh, tickled to a scream that can easily heal himself back up. Another shock dart went over the top as well. And for Shao, right, we spoke about his Sova usage. I'm a fan of it when it comes to Ascent. But when it came to Split, not exactly what I like seeing from him. I need to see a bit more comfortable, I think. Many times we see this. Shadow looks to try and push up close, but Liquid, they're not overcommitting, and the spray through the smoke. Cryptix will pick up a kill, and that might make Liquid think to connect here and say, all right, yeah, maybe we will go towards B. That was an easy one for us to pick up. We didn't even expect it ourselves.
For FPX, they're actually going to be given an opportunity. They're going to be pushed into by Liquid. 2 players in position to hold down this site. Cryptix, well, he's just domed Angel, so never mind that one. I thought maybe the Pistols could get away with some sort of harassment, but evidently not. They're being locked down. Meadow, good for 1, but it's only, what, a stinger that was dropped? I don't think anyone's going to be crying about that.
Yeah, not the end of the world for Liquid at all. question is, will Liquid decide to force up and grab themselves some stronger weapons, or will they just hold on to it and try and play the smart game, the economy game when it comes to it? No chance for Shout in a spot like that as well. Even when you try to back away from that, you're easily spammed up with the powerful weapons coming out. Good start for Liquid though. They got the 2-0 with very little trouble on both rounds. The pistol was oh so convincing from start to finish.
This is the one that I guess for FPX matters. You got to be in a position where you're not allowing them to sort of walk away with this one. Quite literally, no hurrying about it. Because at the moment, they've just got weaker weapons, right? A couple of upgrades, but for the most part, it's going to be SMGs. The ult used, the wall again to get them into the left side. Link just straight over there. He's up close now, looking for the fight. Meadow able to grab himself one at least, locking them down. No, that was a great tripwire. Easily able to see Eccles, but he's in a molly. He's dead. There's no way out. Tried to take one with him, but couldn't get it done. Luckily, his teammates are there to back him up. That was a round that they needed, definitely. 3 players left alive, I think that's pretty acceptable.
Oh, yeah, more than acceptable. And the thing is like Meadow just stuck it because he knew what was going on around the rest of it. He just had to stay in the flames for that point. He was hoping maybe he could have picked up that 3rd kill. But I think the big thing was Soulcast quickly went into that ult on his Phoenix, right? He wanted that to be the big pushing factor for Liquid to find some success in the site. But how defensive FPX played, it meant that he didn't even have a chance. He was like getting in as far as he could, but no one had even started to poke him too much.
Yeah, they let him just run on in, take all the ground you want in a round like that. Especially just challenging that ult is always dangerous, and that's why when it's in the hands of Sulkas, he can do the damage. Already opened this one up.
Oh, they got it. Shadow can hear what's going on. Now it's an operator in Eccles' hands. And Link's got one as well, so it's a double operator setup on the attacking side. And FPX, they try to make a play. They try to move forward and say, okay, we'll try and even up these numbers. But getting aggressive on Catwalk. Well, Zipan's caught slipping. And Meadow now, he doesn't want to push on this either. Liquid have full control, and the numbers are massively in their favor.
They are miles ahead at this point, answering right back in the buy round as we wanted to see. For FPX, they're going to look for some way back into this. It's 2 players pushing towards short and garden over on A, but they've halted that push as well. You know, you're relying on massive individual performances at the moment. That flash catches the player in the corner, and Shadow goes down right away. This is the round over and done with. If I'm at FPX, I think they just make... Oh, I was going to say make the call to save, but Xiao's just being dropped towards the spawn. Obviously, you're going to save still, but that is a big weapon removed from what should have been an already clear-cut round.
Now the position is going to be known as well for Meadow, so he's got to change things up a little bit here. Yeah, they're not going to allow him to save. Already a fair amount of noise was made, but I don't think Meadow would have heard it at that distance. Scream on the hunt. Meadow's got to bide as much time as possible here. And this is so horrible, right? It's 1v5. You just want the round to end as quickly as possible. Meadow's just tucked away saying, please, leave me alone. I don't want to have to deal with this. And even if he just gets 1 kill here, it's like the refrag will come out. He can hear what's going on around him. Oh, straight on into Scream. Eccles is the next one for him to try and deal with. But it's not going to work out. So no weapons saved over. A dominant round from Liquid from start to finish. And they've got 2 operators to play with if they wanted. As we saw, right? Eccles then went back to the Vandal. But they were still able to use it greatly because he even managed to pick up Shao off the back of it. So they can just mix it up on the fly, play it however they want. And for now, Liquid are showing a strong start to the attacking side. And really, across this tournament, we've seen such a defensive side be the way forward for most of these teams when it comes to Ascent.
I think they downgraded as well over towards, like they don't have the double operator setup, and that's a really smart move coming into this round because obviously you're going to be facing off against pistols, and operators are just going to make it much more difficult if you do get rushed down. So a really wise move coming in from the Team Liquid side. They don't mind, you know, sacrificing a little bit of extra credits that they had invested. They got the round win, so it's already paid off. And with 3-1, it is certainly starting to build up in their favor. The early rounds obviously found success. All that they've lost so far was their SMG fast A push, which is, again, perfectly acceptable to lose. It's the kind of round that FPX had to win. And now as we come into this one, there isn't very much hope for the defending side. You're looking at the sheriffs pretty much across the board.
over and over again, though, when we've seen some of these upgraded pistols come into play. That's where FPX can find some success, and Zipan's going to start off with it. He's got the ult out as well, finds Scream, and he's taken 0 damage. The boombot goes out, he blasts back to safety. He's looking for more, and he still delivers the headshot. The grenade's going up, but it might not get far enough. Link is on 5 HP, and Zipan, this is what you want to see from him, the young star. He may not be confident at times when the going gets tough, but right now he's saying the tough gets going, and he wants to deliver it to Liquid. He wants to put a halt to their dominance so far. They're jumping up with it. Cryptis is going to be blind for now. Shadow's dealt with on the site, which will give Liquid the chance to hold on to this, putting it back into the 3v3. But look who's hot on their heels. Angel's there, fires off one, but now he's giving away his position. This is slightly problematic. Link easily deals with him despite the low health. They may know where Link is. Some shots going to be landed, and Zipan's not done yet. He's good for 3, but he certainly needs some backup from the rest of his teammates here. They're being pushed back by the Killjoy ult. It's going to stop them getting in the site. It's going to bide a lot of time for the Liquid players. They can now push on it, but still they're heavily outgunned here. Cryptis is the one that's very low as the push starts to come in. Nicely done by Zipan. He was on for the 5k, but now it's all on Meadow. Surely they can try and make this work. Soulcast holds on strong, but that got oh so close. Zipan is thinking, what more can I do?
Well, get an ace, I guess, is about the only thing he could have. That was ridiculous by Zipan. And a round that obviously we pinned is, well, Liquid, look, they did everything right. You're saying they got away, they got rid of that operator. They came down to their 4 rifles. That was obviously a massive positive. Then you come into the fact that they're just versus sheriffs. Should have been about as clean as can be. And yet FPX really fight back into that one. Now, we've talked already about Zipan and how consistent he's been. That Angel, the previous time these guys played, was the one delivering a lot of damage. But we need to see more from the rest of the team. As you saw just there, you know, you can't, even Zipan finding 4 kills can't be enough if he's the only one fragging.
He's putting in the work.
Found them.
Just can't rely on it. It's kind of like what Angel did yesterday against T2, right? He was the only one really able to step up, but it was stepping up for 3 rounds, and that's all they managed to achieve. Liquid, though, playing a lot slower than what we would have expected with the composition, where we're talking about the fast explosiveness of what they can do here. Ult again being popped. Soulcast picking up the frag, trying to make it work. Flashes on through. He's just continuing to barrel on forward. He's going to get as much utility put down as possible and then just play off the back of it. This has allowed his teammates to get in. This has given the extra information. And Angel now needs to find a way to find some success. He hears the spike going down, but he can't find a kill to pick up just yet. He's hoping someone might jump up high. He's going to put the cover out, but it's not going to be enough. He's just going to be forced back and Scream, cheeky as you like. Jumps up high, deals the damage. Scream may be getting spammed up, but it doesn't matter too much. There's still a huge amount of ground for them to cover, but Meadow wants to come into it. Soulcast is battling back as much as possible, but they've got to deal with him. It's the back lines of Catwalk that continues to be a problem. How many times do we see players go to check that spot? But the time you don't is the time you end up in a bad spot. Liquid now looking really strong. They just will not allow FPX to get anything going.
They're really taking the fight to them as well. You can see it. It's a consistent battle that's going their way. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Liquid right now. They are using this comp exactly as it needs to be. Get up, get in their faces. I don't think that we've seen Solcus hold on to his ult for more than 10 seconds.
Oh,
it's
no.
popped. He's entering. He's head first into the sights. And you notice there, right? He uses his wall to block off into Garden. He mollies the back. He knows like he could have pushed into them. Most players that play Phoenix would have just went over towards Garden and looked for that kill on short. But instead, he set his teammates up to push into the site. That was a really, really smart play and something that we don't often see when it comes through to Phoenix picks. Yeah, you have to. You have to love it.
It's like setting your team up right without going for any of the picks, and you're still alive. So you've gone up and set everything up without any risk at all.
And he pulled back, right? Because after his ult had faded, he was on Catwalk.
Yeah.
So he was able to just keep backstabbing them. As they're focused in towards the site and they deal with Scream, all of a sudden, oh, there's a dude shooting us in the back as well. And that's an automatic crossfire.
And this is the thing. I've seen so many Phoenixes go in there, and they won't even use any abilities. They're right. Oh, it's all about trying to get these extra kills, Well, you might not find anything. They might hear you pop the ult and stay super defensive. So being able to get a setup like that just allowed Liquid so much control.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the name of the game when you're playing this kind of comp as well. You need to be getting control. Right now, we're seeing a very passive round from Liquid. 30 seconds left as they look to push in. This could be problematic for them. They've got no control, really, as they look to just walk out of B main, but then they're spotted out. They've been pushed back by a Paranoia. Angel's giving up that control in middle and allowing them through, but Angel's being domed. That's a lot of their support actually taken out. As Eccles falls, it doesn't matter. The players are overwhelming the site, and it's easy pickings across the board. This should be the spike plant. Easy as you like. And a 4 versus 2 retake. FPX probably, again, just look to save the weapons they've retrieved, or the weapon.
Still want to try and push on this. Zipan hungry for it, but he's going to get nothing done. Link's able to deal with him with no problem at all, and Meta will grab the weapon and back away. This is a very different Liquid to what we've seen from before. And this is an FPX that are struggling to get started here. Even with how close that got in the time, and how much time was delayed even when Liquid first wanted to make a move in this round. And Meadow, well, he hangs on. He wants to try and do some additional damage to some of these Liquid players, but it's only going to be damage done towards him. He goes down, no weapon saved over. FPX in a rough spot.
They were just so cautious on the exit, so Link played in towards market. He cleared it out by himself. If he died there, if the player was tucked in market, he couldn't exit towards the spawn because the players were on their way on the rotate around there. And we'd seen, I think it was Eccles. No, he would have died in the early round. I'm not sure, but someone went in towards the attacker spawn as well, so there would have been no way out. And then when they actually went into peak meadow, 4 players. There were only 4 left alive, and all 4 of them peaked that position at once. Maybe a little bit of a delay from middle, but the 2 guys coming in from spawn and Link's time on the swing were perfectly timed, perfectly synced up, so that there was no way he got more than 1 in that position. That's why Liquid are regarded as such a high-up team. They don't make little mistakes like that and go, oh, let's hunt them down. Let's just run around and see where we get kills. Eccles, though, he has been shut down to start this one off. An aggressive peek into B main has netted the opening duel for FPX.
And that takes quite a lot away from Liquid, right? Losing the breach early on, but Zipan, Soulcast, he said, okay, I've seen you do this before, mate. I'm not going to fall for it again. And the more kills that keep going Soulcast's way, the more problems I see for FPX. We've already seen 2 ults come out for him. Plenty of ults up actually on the FPX side, but it's maybe what they need to do to try and gain a bit of chance here as Meadow deals away with Soulcast. Finally, Angel's holding the angle and Link won't win that duel. This is looking so much better for them, 4 versus 2. But still, Cryptics and Scream, not in a terrible spot. It's easy for Scream to back away from middle for now and try and join up, but it's the timing that they'll be pressured with. Oh, Angel missing the flick, very low on health, and instantly gets tagged up through the box. This is what they need to push on, but they need to go now.
There we go. They really do. Meadows just holding the corner. Shadows got a little bit of a crossfire with him, and so it was easy pickings. And just like that, they've managed to grab themselves another round, putting a little bit of pressure on Liquid at least, making sure that it's not quite as free as they would hope, but it's on the back of a lot of operator picks. I love this from Solkis as well. That molly that went through on Cat allows him to swing wide and clear the corner without any possibility of a trade. If he doesn't throw the molly down, he swings, he probably gets the kill still, but then he's immediately taken down by a wide swing of Meadow. So really smart usage of the Phoenix abilities again.
And also, when we look at this, right, that was a double op setup with FPX had to rely on for finding this success. And, well, Angel's not going to find it this time. Link just jumps out straight into it. Zipan's putting in work, but the ult's been popped from Link. He's pushed on forward, and Meadow needs to be oh so careful. The knives come swinging. The ult's being used by Shao as well. So much committed in this, but Link is on the hunt. Knives are out. He's found 1 kill already. And will he be expected up here? He's going for an aggressive play. And they're very close together. This is problematic, but Shao, just in the nick of time. He may not take any damage, but that could have got very scary for him. 2 rounds on the bounce now for FPX, and well, they're trying to make this as close as possible. But realistically, they cannot afford to give Liquid any more rounds here. Right, on attacking side, we're normally saying 5-6 rounds is just perfect.
Yeah, I think they're in a position right now where they've got as much as they really want to give them over on the FPX side.
Yeah.
No more space, no more quarter. And those last 2 rounds are really inspiring. You know, they didn't commit a lot towards that previous one. It was the Hunter's Fury by Shao, and other than that, just straight up aim duels that pull it all the way back. That's exactly what you want. Double stuns going out the fault lines by each team. Evidently, it's a little bit of pressure towards B from Liquid. But FPX haven't decided to go for any sort of a rotate just yet. They're not being pressured into this kind of play. They'll use up their little bit of utility. And when they've got so many ults, I really don't blame them. Look at the position that they've got their breach in at the moment. FPX can put an amazing ultimate straight through to knock every single player up if they actually do decide to push here. It's why Xiao is playing such a passive angle towards the back of the site, just in case when he spots a player, boom, immediately you've got Rolling Thunder coming through.
There we go. Look at it again. Soulcast with the ult down as well as the Killjoy ult at the same time, which means they want to ensure that there can be no backup here for Xiao. His position's going to be known. He's going to struggle to escape from that in time. Yeah, he gets detained, but Shadow on the edge. He pushes forward just as it disappears. He's looking to tag up as many people as possible. Link's not quite in the fight just yet. He's holding on towards the back. He's looking at the entrance. Xiao's position is so good, and he deals away with Link. The spike's been planted, but it's a 5v3 retake. And the ult's going to go out, but no one's in Boathouse close enough for Zipan to put him down. Oh, the ult's going to be pushed out from Eccles this time. Shadow's going to reply with some of his own. The push comes in, but FPX, they are dominant with it now. A lot committed from both sides, but it's another round for the FPX.
Yo, those were hot calls coming in by Xiao as well. I mean, he was communicating to his team. You could see for a second that they wanted. Shadow had his Rolling Thunder up, and he was like, all right, they're pushing. I got you, bro. But he said, no, listen, that was a Phoenix ult. Nothing else is coming. Calm it down. We don't need to burn up those ults just yet. And so they made the call then and there that they were going to wait to use that Rolling Thunder for the retake, and that's what won them the round. Now, let me just spin a little tale for you. The reason that they didn't do it was because, okay, Xiao would have calmed. I don't need it right now. Hold on to it for a second. And then the smoke faded because it was just a jet smoke. So then, all of a sudden, Shadow's like, well, I've got an operator, and they're going to push this angle, so guess I'll hold it. And he gets a kill on the cross, then he's there for the retake. If they had a smoke agent, they had a brimstone or something, he would have popped it earlier. Zipan's dominating them to start this round off. And although you get an op pick, oh, that nade, it's nasty. Selka's actually, it bounced away from him, luckily.
Lucky. Very lucky. It's a bit of a problem to throw the grenade that deep as well. It can be so tricky. But already FPX, they happily back away. Yes, you lost one player in it, but you've got the man advantage. But Xiao, over-aggressing. That's weird. The rest of the A players, they back in. And Xiao's more trying to get aggressive. But Shadow's there holding the angle, holding the line. Got to be careful. This pick coming out from Link. He wanted to push on it, and now he's going to try and march on forward. He's going to deal away with the trap wire, but he's so heavily tagged up. Meadow. He hangs on to it. And now for Cryptics, 27 health and a dream, and that dream is to try and get as much done in this round as possible. You may be able to find the players split up here, but it's two players that are incredibly skilled in Zipan and Meadow. Zipan just ready and waiting for it. Easy clap for him. And FPX looking to make this 6-6. They've woken up in these last few rounds, and, well, it was about time.
This is a strong performance, a strong bounce back, really, from FPX. I'm loving that. They look like a little bit of a different team in the last couple of rounds, honestly.
Yeah.
The control they're exhibiting ever since those ults have come online, it's more down to, as well, the management of that ult economy has been on point, start to finish. They're not throwing them all around. Even when the pressure is on, they're not sat there going, oh, quick ult, we need to do something. The comms are clean, everybody's calm, and you can see it in how things are going down, just in the decision making. Because as I said in that previous round, I thought Shadow was going to pop that Rolling Thunder as soon as they see some presence, but they were not just being teased into it. They were holding it, biding their time.
Soulcast again, locking off Garden. Flashing his way in. The Omen ult's going to be popped. And Angel going to get over to back his teammates up. He deals away with Soulcast. Zipan's still good for one, but that's all he's going to get out of it. And Link, he is putting in God's work now, making it possible for Liquid. He's even got his ult up. This could be a huge difference maker in it, as it's only Angel and Xiao that remain. He pops the ult. He's ready to deal with it if needed. The spike's going to be planted. And look at the crossfire that Liquid can get set up here. This is really nice for them. And a 7-5 scoreline going into the second half would be huge. Link's position is going to be revealed to Paranoia. That could be the problem for him. Angel's out in the open fighting, but Cryptics is able to seal the deal. And this is looking so good for Liquid right now. They isolated one player. They've got to find Xiao. He's good for it. Oh, the right click misses. Xiao, can he clutch it out? This would be huge, but Link steps up once again. 3 kills in that round. And without him, that would have never been happening.
Massive work done by Link. They were looking down and out of that round, but they're definitely not down and out of the half. 7-5 at the halftime as Liquid take the lead, set up well for the next half, but can FPX answer back, Banks? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to wait, because we'll be back with half 2 after this short break.
Hello, I am Meadow, and I'm here with Angel from... Wait.
You're Meadow.
Okay. Today we're going to play Signature Shootouts. Signature Shoutouts. The aim of the game is I'm going to read as many voice lines of agents as I can in 60 seconds, and we will see how many he will get right. Hey, Phoenix. If I die, Viking funeral, all the way.
Viking funeral?
Yeah.
Breach?
No.
Red?
Yeah. Let's take from them what they took from me. Everything.
Viper?
Yeah.
Faster, stop laughing.
Keep them in our sights.
I saw.
Yeah. We kill everyone, and our job gets a lot more easier.
Dream Breach?
Yeah, Breach. Why are they so determined to die?
Whew, I feel like I forgot few of heroes. I just don't
Yeah.
name it.
Yeah, I put it on the screen. Who else is having a great time? Just me? Oh, I'm gutted.
Omen Cypher. Omen Cypher.
No,
Breach,
go
Brim.
fast.
Okay.
No, go for it. You said everyone. We show them their place. Now keep them there.
Breach, Brim, Cypher.
No! Wrong! Oh my god, you guessed
Always
everyone!
naming Brim and Breach. No. Bro, it's just your voice. You're acting, you know? Your voice is like Brim or Breach. I feel like we did awful. Well, okay, we did not that great, Meadow, and we'll see how many Meadow will get right. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Now I know how annoying my healing can be.
Sage!
Yes. Oh, the little machines need help? Take your time. We're ready and still start without you.
Killjoy?
No.
Pass then.
I added hahaha. from myself. Remember, stay out of the fire. Super high level tactic, remember it, yeah?
Brimstone?
Fire.
Phoenix?
Yes. Breach, clear our path. Will keep us safe along the way. Who will keep us safe?
Sage?
Yes.
Nice note!
Yes, they call me a monster. Should I prove them right?
Pass.
Why?
What?
There's only one
Wait.
hero that's called a monster.
Viper?
Yes. The poor place. It clings to life. A city after my own heart.
I have no idea, what do you mean?
Then pass. Keep giving us vision, Sova.
Yet.
Pass.
Pass. That's super hard.
It's really hard. Make sure you're following Blast for more content.
They're up short.
I've got any flashes.
Yeah, I can flash up,
What
Yeah,
door?
do it.
3, 2, 1, flash.
Two,
Stop,
two,
stop,
two,
stop,
two,
stop.
two, two, two.
You got 3
Dead.
doors, 3 doors.
That
One off it.
One door.
Dead.
Nice. Come on, boys. Sick.
Clean.
That's the kind of comms you want to be hearing if you're a Liquid fan right now. Just a countdown on the flashes, being ready for it. Remember, it can get so chaotic. Sliggy was talking about those mid-rounds sometimes being a problem for the guys. And, well, at least on their attacking side to start off with here on Ascent, a 7-5 scoreline against FPX. And they are looking like a completely different team. But they need to keep that momentum. They need to keep going with it. And winning that final round, that was so important.
It absolutely was. That gives them that little bit of a spark that maybe can ignite the fuse on a map win for Liquid versus FPX, something that evaded them the previous time that they played against this team. FPX dominated them almost start to finish, but now we come in with a whole lot of difference. Liquid are looking much better than they did previously. This setup evidently feeling more comfortable. Now on the defense, it should be even easier to work with.
I love that from Scream as well. You saw it, right? Recon Dart went up. He just backed into the smoke and said, yeah, come on, Shao. You think it's safe? Well, not for long.
He always re-emerges to deliver death. And unlike the postal system at the moment, he delivers on time.
Having a bad time with that as well, Mitch? Yeah.
Oh, yes. We all are.
Everyone in the world can feel that pain.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Oh!
Look, Cryptix, he was dead either way. He had to focus on the bot, the players, everything. At least he got a kill for his troubles.
Yeah, better than just taking down the bot, right? For sure. Shadow's going to deal away with the turret, but actually going to take some damage either way. Liquid still got the advantage in this. They need to be cautious, though. Angel's been able to get very far, and if he doesn't make too much noise, he might be able to check it out. He's still got to deal with Link, and you don't want to get up close and personal. He's got that shorty, and he's at it again. Oh, he picks up the ghost, but he took some damage. It's Shadow and Meadow landing the shots, but they've still got to deal away with Scream. He's completely blind. He will eventually go down, and the pistol this time around goes to FPX. That means they have a good old chance of making it 7-7 now, unless we see something spectacular out of Liquid.
Yeah, this has to be a big round with Classics. I doubt you'll see that really answer up. I have to say, you know, it started out so well for Liquid. They come in with even that trade by Cryptix.
Yeah.
I don't know how he managed to get a kill in that position. 3 players swung on him. So I think all in all, you can be pretty happy with that early round. But then it just spirals out afterwards. And what a performance it's been by Link. Coming in and playing the Jet, you know, we've seen him mix up agents a little bit. He is definitely delivering. Because I remember yesterday, coming into Map 2, we were like, oh, you know what? I think it was yourself and Tom, like, oh, I'd love to see Jet come out for Link. And he did it. He listened, and I'm sure glad he did.
It's adjusting in a big way here for Liquid. It's working out for him so far, at least in this map, but still a long road to go. You are dealing with FPX, and you know what these guys can do. Zipan's been popping off as well. He's been having some really good goes at it. Eccles, oh, nicely done. Good timing on the flash, but he has to be oh so careful. Flashed himself out a bit as well. Got to get those times right. Deals the first one. He's got some backup from his teammates, but Shao has no problem at all at holding on to that. Scream's just going to have to back away. And although Soulcast may have a Marshal in play, he doesn't want to stick around there on his own for too long. He needs to soften him up and have someone on his team tap him down with a pistol in hand. As FPX, they want to commit to this A site. The push is going to be coming in real soon, and Meadow's the one with the Vandal. Marshall's going to be picked up by Scream. He's hungry. He's on the hunt, looking for an opening, looking for a chance. It doesn't look like FPX is going to try and give it to him. Ooh! Tries to make it work. Drone's going to go up. It's going to confirm that he's still hanging around there. We'll only see one player for his troubles.
A really cool shot by Scream. They know now there's 2 players towards upper. You've heard the Spectre, you've heard the Marshal. That's the info to play with. For FPX, you know, locking this one down. Time's on their side. All they need to do is avoid these fights. Good stun coming through. And they're actually pursuing it afterwards. Shao even gets away with the kill, drops back down. That's easy pickings. And Liquid should just be saving, but Scream goes forward. He was looking for a fight. Unfortunately, not one that goes his way. And with the amount of investments that they made into this round, i.e. pretty much everything, that's a disappointing loss for Liquid. You know, I thought they'd come in with just Classics, but evidently they wanted to really punch back and make a statement. But unfortunately, that statement that we have to make is that FPX should be now 8-7 up.
Yeah, we've seen this a few times now from Liquid after losing the pistol. They will, especially on the defensive side, try and do the force up because they're relying on the fact that some of the players may just stick with some pistols and not upgrade to have more money, get that operator and play early as possible, things like that. But this is where it becomes a problem, right? Because now you're pretty much almost, not guaranteed, but it's like very likely, right? You're looking at the 70-30 that we'll see a 3-0 start here for FPX, which can help them take the lead of it. Because look at the buy. Yeah, okay, Scream with the Guardian in place, but the Bulldog, still a classic for the moment on Eccles. It's not great. And a good old Bucky coming into play. And that reminds me of the Southeast Asian region that we covered, Mitch. A lot of Bucky plays over the Judge.
Yeah, absolutely. They were loving the Bucky all day long. We've seen much more Judge in this tournament. You know, when we came back to EU, it's definitely been more prevalent, especially in the hands of Shao. Bucky can do some damage every now and then. Hell, when you got a beautiful skin like that, why not go for it? I love the Oni collection.
Oh no. Link wasn't able to jump into his smoke quick enough. Will dash his way out of there though. Avoids any further damage being done. Soulcast wants to get up close and personal and try and make some magic happen. He's slowly edging his way forward, but Angel just hanging on to the edge. He's ready and waiting for it. He expects it, and it's no problem at all for him. Liquid now very split up with no control of the B site. Cryptic's keeping himself hidden, but then he gets revealed. Oh, it's so unfortunate. The timing doesn't work out for him. Oh, Zhao. You hear the footsteps. He's expecting that flank. Still hangs on. Oh my god, Link swinging on him. He was very low on health, but Link still putting in work. The Bulldog, this is huge. Eventually he goes down, but I'm surprised he even got away with that second kill.
Yeah, I think he's actually pulled that into a decent round for them out of absolutely nowhere. The first was reasonable. The player was so damn low, but the second, when there were 3 players close, all right, hey, you'll take it. Got away with murder, quite literally. And from there, okay, Liquid are not ahead, that's for sure. But with the investment from the previous round, they can at least grab a good buy here. They can even bring in the operator, as you're seeing in the hands of Link. It's already made an appearance. Now, the reality is, obviously they're facing against a stacked economy in the FPX side, so they're not going to be able to force out an eco anytime soon. And so I think the favor for this map has swung over towards that FPX side, but it can be quite hard to play the attack. I like how slow they're playing, though. They're waiting for Liquid to make a move. They're making presence. Last round it was Catwalk. This time it's over towards A, that they're throwing through the nade and really making some noise. Same on middle, but they've got the rest of the map locked down, whether it's with Cypher utility or, as they have been doing, leaving a lurker around the other parts of the map. This time, though, it is actually more of a pointed approach, as they send 3 Catwalk and 2 outside of A long. Very, they're not waiting for any flanks to come through or anything like that from Liquid. But luckily, I mean, no one on Liquid's moving.
Eccles is doing his best to hold on to this position. Link picking up Chao's going to be a big scalp to take. Eccles, this is really nice. Good setup. It was looking rough because Eccles had to spend so many of his abilities just to hold on to the position, and FPX were walking straight past it. But now it's a 2 versus 5. And for Zipan and Meadow, they've got a hell of a lot of work to do, and it's going to take some massive play to come out. No ult in play for Zipan either. He's going to have some magic to work with. Does have the blast packs, though. Meadow looking to hold A main, and he's hoping someone's just going to poke up through the rafters. But they're putting a lot of focus here on the rafters. The door's been blown up for now. It's all going to come down to this timing. The flashes go out, and this retake can be really nice. Meadow's all alone, and that's all he's going to get. 1 kill onto Scream, and the rest of Liquid swing on out, evening it up 8-8 once the guns were in their hands. And a very solid round. They allowed FPX to have so much control, right? Bypassing Garden, being able to maneuver quite closely to the A site, but it was Link on that operator just shutting them down as they started to walk in.
Yeah, I think all in all, that round's not quite as repeatable as you would hope for.
True.
They played, so they see the presence on A long, on Catwalk, on middle, and they don't push. I think possibly just realizing in the previous round where they'd had the bookies and such, when Solkas pushed forward and saw a player lurking outside of A, yeah, or outside of B, even though there were players pushing up A, and they thought, okay, at this point, they are holding. They're trying to make us push. And so they're easing back on the proactive approach in favor of the retakes. That has worked out perfectly for them in the previous round because you've got someone just dominating those duels. That's not something that's going to happen every time, though. And so you're going to have to look for something a little bit more repeatable. Angel has just tanked that. He just stood at the edge of the aftershock.
Oh, the swing, but it doesn't work out. Soulcast didn't expect that many bodies to be towards him. Eccles now playing with him, right on the edge of it. Wants to try and spam through, needs to be oh so careful. Still walks away with the kill onto Zipan. That's absolutely huge. The Killjoy was doing some damage with it as well. He's got the backup, and Cryptics and Scream, they're up high, they're out in the open, but everyone from Liquid's here. The spam comes through, and that's an absolutely huge pickup. But is it going to help it be enough? Link popping the ult, but he can't see anything from here. Oh, the Hunter's Fury. It's going to hit hard. It's going to hit strong. Nice work from Xiao. And Meadow's there to back him up. They deal away with Link in the 1v1. It got very close. But a bit of an error from Liquid having that many players all attacking from the same side. It made it a little bit easy for FPX to get away with that.
I don't believe what's just happened there. I need to I don't think we're going to have a replay of it, but I'm going to have to watch the stream just to watch back in it. Because I think Xiao put up a recon dart with one bounce on it. The idea being that it would hit off, so he was on site. If you just picture this, Xiao is down on the site. He's looking at upper. He looks at the right side where the box is, and he tried to bounce it off that box so it would just go to the left and reveal everybody. But it hit the bar and went up in the air. It went all the way up vertically and came down like 10 seconds later and actually revealed them so he could ult on them. That was just complete luck, but it worked out. Solkas,
look at this aggression.
He shut it down. He's messing them up. That's a great start.
Zipan pops his ult, but it doesn't really work out. No one's there. The A site has been completely forgotten about from Liquid. They took the aggression at B. They worked out, got the opening pick, but now they've got to get the retake on go. And Angel actually could be a real nuisance here, depending on the timing. If anyone actually decides to come his way, Soulcast is expecting it. Soulcast is looking for it, but he cannot react in time. Angel's there ready and waiting. And Liquid's retake, it's going to have to be phenomenal. Angel's going in with the ult, and well, he cancels it in the end. He won't push forward on it, but he tries to get the extra information to play off of. Zipan's just keeping himself down below the rafters. The rest of Liquid starts to push on up, but Angel's still delivering with great aim. This is where he's so dangerous. He's so poised and ready with that Vandal in hand. Cryptix taps the spike, trying to bait him out, but he's very low on health now, and this could be far too much to ask. The time's already ticking away. A 10th round for FPX, and Liquid on their defensive side, they are massively struggling right now.
They definitely are. Struggling to get into these rounds consistently. And at this point, you know, you got to give massive props to FPX. They've been doing a great amount of work in towards that site, just consistently bashing into it. The A site seems to just be theirs and theirs alone. And with Link delivering on such a high standard, I'm surprised that they are struggling to this extent. I'm waiting now because that replay is coming up on the stream, Banks. I want to see, did that dart just bounce vertically upwards? Because I'm pretty sure it did, because I saw it from one of their perspectives. What is going on here, though? A double opening across different sides of the map, just shutting down middle completely.
Was there a Marshall in play at the beginning of this round as well? I think I heard a shot.
Two, yeah.
So they went for the double challenge of it. That didn't pay off at all. Eccles has been tagged up pretty heavily as well. He's managed to grab a Marshall, but trying to find some success of it, unless he lands the heady, it's going to be very difficult. So much control had for FPX as well. It's not a problem at all. Link pokes on out. Scream's able to find Zipan, but they need a hell of a lot more than that in this round. Scream, Ghost in hand, and, well, headshot machine right now heals himself back up, but it's not going to be a problem. He's grabbed himself the Vandal as well, but FPX, they're going to head towards the A site once again. They found so much success here. Liquid need to go for it. They need to give it a good chance because it's been looking strong. But now with very little information to play off of, how will they try and get this done?
Okay, we got the stun straight away. It's going to block out the guys underneath. They haven't dropped down on the back of it, though. They were trying to deal with Xiao. Now those players aren't stunned anymore down below. And at this point, again, I think saving is probably just the right call. They haven't got a lot of credits coming into the next round, but they're going to go straight in for it. They want to get this one done. It ain't the easiest, that's for sure, and the drop down by Scream. Oh, he's got it on the first. Invisible to the left side, but his teammate's fallen. Good for another. Scream is an animal, but he just hasn't got the time to get this done. Straight out with the kill, but it's not in time. He might have gotten an ace, but unfortunately the round evades him, as does Life. And that is disappointing because he just put his all into that one. Also, Banks, I watched it back. It didn't. It did. So one of them did bounce up. But then afterwards, he actually popped out really quickly and fired a recon, so it looked like it had fallen down. I'm really disappointed about that one.
He thought it was time. He thought it was going to be possible. So this is the one you were talking about, right?
Yeah, so he actually popped out and reconned it himself, which is why he was a little bit late popping the Hunter's Fury.
It's strong!
But that was beautiful because he had the info that there were 3 players there, so he could just swing on through and grab all that damage.
Well, FPX 11-8, 1 round away from map point. Remember, this was Liquid's pick as well. Last time around, they chose to split to see if they could take FPX on it, with Haven being removed from them because FPX is the higher seed in this. Becomes a problem for him in the veto. And Bind is next, and that is FPX's pick, but that's where I'm hoping Sliggy's little mastermind play of what he said might be a change in here will come into fruition, because Otherwise, there's a hell of a lot of problems here for Liquid.
Yeah.
Or
I
he's
mean,
just been baiting me the whole way, and then Sliggy, me and your friendship's ended there, mate.
I mean, it all comes down for me to the lack of smokes. When you look at them going in for retakes, they suck, and the reason they do is because they just can't block off these angles for more than 5 seconds. They're coming in like, okay, you blocked off A-Long, oh, A-Long's open again. now that guy's shooting at you. And you look at Xiao in that previous round where Scream aced it. If they could have smoked him off consistently, they could have dealt with the guys underneath while they're stunned, but they didn't have the time to because they had to fight him. That's a massive problem.
Oh, wow, it's going to be a 5-man retake, and Meadow's in a great spot here. He just keeps it quiet and just keeps it all hidden. Doesn't have to poke out into it. He's waiting on the air. Danger starts off. That's the kill you need. Oh, but a bit of a whiff there on the first few shots. Meadow still gets away with 1 kill, but Soulcast and Link, they're chiming in with some of their own. Certainly possible, especially with that ult being popped on the Phoenix, but will Soulcast find any success? He's flashing on through. He's going to try and use the abilities the best way he can. He's walking away with some damage. Positions are going to be known here. They've got to be careful up close and personal. Oh, Link goes up high, but Shadow's looking to lock it down. Soulcast pushes round, and off the back of the Phoenix ult, so much information, even a kill with it as well, and Liquid will grab the round. My oh my, you think Soulcast might have not even been alive had Meadow been able to deal with him.
Yep, that's it. It all comes down to 1 or 2 bullets not going the way they were intended. And what a pullback that was by Liquid getting in there. It looked like it was going to completely fall apart, but the reload couldn't be found in time. Shadow, I wouldn't be mad about that one. I mean, he delivered way more than he should have in that position. Sometimes you have to win the round all by yourself, though. That's the sad thing. And for this one, you know, okay, Liquid get it on the board, but is it repeatable? Can they do it again and again? Because even then, you're looking at a team that has got 7 flashes, and they almost got 1v3'd. You don't want that.
Still close though, and this gives Liquid a great opportunity to try and come back in it. Scream eats the grenade to his face. Down on 70 health already. All that armor ripped clean away. And Zipan, when he was the Sheriff Master, ends up with him getting a 4K on that round when they were on the defensive side. Echo going to be pushed on back, doesn't want to fight into this, but Link is able to at least achieve 1 kill for now. Still more players going up in their grills, and Soulcast is going to deal with it, no problem at all. 11 to 10, and a very convincing round there. Not much done in it, but FPX didn't have much to work with either, so it's not too much of a problem. This is the all-important one.
Absolutely, this is the one that matters. Angel having his hand on his heart, slowing it down a little bit. Gotta stay calm, stay focused.
So close yet so far, right?
Hey, but look, Banks, there's a lot of positives to take away from this one. I mean, look, yeah, Angel's not dominating in those opening duels. Hell, he's not in the Brimstone, so you don't expect him to. But when it comes down to Zipan, Shout, Meadow, these guys are firing off. They're popping, and that's what we need from FPX.
Yeah.
We need to not have that, you know, 2 players, the 2 players that we look at as the best, some of the best in the world, having the worst games in history for them.
Oh, and Zipan has his ult now for this round as well. Oh, he's going to pop it. Doesn't know where to put it just yet. Isn't able to make it connect. Both players were in the below of rafters, and he doesn't check it. Scream there, ready and waiting. Still looking to do some more damage, even if he's just got a Spectre in hand. And he's not going to allow Eccles to show just yet. Full focus from FPX down below. The players can come from up high as well. Oh, he goes down at the hands of Meadow, but will they check it? They come to swing on it. He goes out with a spike as well. Meadow, a little bit of a blunder there, but FPX is still in with it. They need to get that spike down, but they need to deal with the rest of the players from Liquid, who are currently all over the site. Soulcast able to heal his way up. The flashes go out, and it's constant flashes, but it's just not working out. FPX, they're holding on, but Cryptix, he's got other ideas. He needs to find that second kill. The spike's finally on the floor, but Angel, it's that aim again. He's always good for it. He's always able to hold strong when they need it the most. And Scream, he's thinking, come on, what more does it take?
He is definitely not happy about that one. I mean, look, Soulcast, this flash screwed him. It stayed inside the smoke. It didn't blind them at all. It was just, he was just an inch away from actually
So it's little bits of learning, right, that they still need to do and getting comfortable on these agents.
Yep. Yeah, like he needed to take a step further forward, look slightly more to the right as he threw it. There's a couple of things he could have done, but it's just one of those things. You know, Scream sat there like, I told you, man. I told you. Don't trust the flashes. But
He's not a fan.
no, he's really not. But this is the thing, right? 12-10, Liquid have struggled again and again. And in that round, again, I'll highlight the fact that they don't have smokes. So they smoked off A long. 2 players were blocked out. Angel was on the site by himself. Easy fight that you can take there. They had a 3v1. They couldn't go out in it because you've only got a second and those smokes are gone.
No. Again, the flashes managing to blind some of them. Luckily, Soulcast able to do some damage with the flames on the floor. Angel becomes a little bit more of a crispy omen this time around. And Soulcast is not done yet. Repositions and deals with Shao. Liquid holding on to this and not allowing FPX to even get close towards the B site.
Angel sadly not bringing any luck to his team. You could say he was a bad omen. Certainly him going down at the start of the round was. And now in the 5 versus 3 for Team Liquid, you're in a position where you just need to lock it down. Just hold your positions. Don't need to get overly aggressive. You can see that on the A site, they've got a little bit of a weakness. Only one player, but he's tucked in the corner with an operator. And that's where Link excels. And just the slow train over towards that A site from FPX. So they've still got 1 flash left to play with if they did want to enter into A, although I think it's quite unlikely that it would even land towards Link. And with the time remaining, they've decided that it's time to just save these weapons.
It makes sense, right? You go into the next round, you want to finish it off. You don't want to be playing for the potential of overtime in there. So Liquid, yeah, cool. You can have this 11th, and then FPX going to try and bounce back into it. How's the money looking for the rest of them, though? That's going to be the interesting part. Can they get the full buy going up? Is anyone close to a potential ult? I know Zipan just popped his on the round previous to this one.
We didn't see any aces coming through or anything, so yeah, that'll won't be back up for Zipan, sadly. You know, being brought to an overtime when you're the team that could have closed it out always sucks as well. It's always going to hit you hard. And you look at they're not too bad.
Okay.
No operators.
So Shao's one's going to be perfect for them, right? It's exactly what you want. If they get 1 kill, Meadow can use the Cypher ult as well. It's a good spot for the last round, let's be honest.
Yeah, it's definitely not terrible. I think they've got the ult advantage. They've got Lockdown to play against as well as Rolling Thunder, which can be some pretty impactful ultis for Team Liquid to play around. It's looking like it's going to be a hard B push, and previously they got shut down on this one by the Molotov alongside Nanoswarm. But this time the players have gone completely off the site, TP towards the back. Angel's in position, he sees it's completely clear. And on the back of that, they're going to push on out. They've got smokes. They should still have 1 smoke up if they wanted to smoke off market, but it looks like they're just going to avoid it.
So again, it's going to be the 5-man retake, and Liquid won it last time on the B site. This Killjoy ult could be huge from Cryptix, though.
This can push that. So it depends where they put it. But if they put it in front of the actual boat on the switch, they might be able to push them completely into the back of the site, and then even then not give them a safe haven. This has to be a kill. They really want to take down Killjoy at this point.
Nicely done by Meadow, and he's not finishing just yet. He's putting an end to 2 Liquid players. The ult's going to be put down, but there we go. It's going to work out from both sides. Shao knows he needs to deliver some huge damage. It's all on Link. It's not going to work out. And FPX, they managed to make it work. 13-11.